Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up?
I'm Sam.
Isaac.
This is Drop Motorsports. Go, 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 go! What's up, guys? Just getting to the shop. We got a fun project coming in here. I'm gonna clean up all this stuff on this side and move my car out because we got I think it's like a 94, maybe it's like a 1990 Eagle Talon TSI all-wheel drive turbo. And the guy just wants us to change the coilovers on it and put it all back together. It's all tore apart right now. So it's kind of a fun racer project we're gonna get started on. I'll show you when he shows up. So, the car's here finally. It's like a couple hours after I thought it was gonna get here, but it's here.
It's in a lot worse shape than I thought. Wasn't there air on it before?
I don't know, it's all in the car.
Films.com, that's gotta come off.
Not our car. So, the Eagle Talon is in here, 1990. And it's all tore apart right now. All the pieces are supposedly in the car. You got super spendy coilovers. What is that?
Megan, whatever we're saying.
Megan Racing. Pull one of them out. You look fly.
A little dusty, been sitting on a shelf for a while, but still nice.
Yeah, so we got all the parts, I guess. So pretty much we're just putting it together and hooking everything up and changing his coilovers and kind of going from there to see what else is missing and
Everything.
maybe put a base map on it, start her up. Alright, so I'm finally starting to look at the Talon. Gonna put a few things on. I already put this charge pipe right here on. I'm gonna put the intake on right here. I'm gonna put the radiator in. Just kind of go from there. We got this new injector harness we got to hook up. Just gonna start knocking stuff off, see all what's got to be done. And I just noticed something pretty funny on here. So if you see right here, there's a hose clamp doing nothing right next to a zip tie that's holding a hose on. So I don't know. I mean, at least I don't do stuff that bad. Alright, so me and Isaac are here. Been working on this for a little while now. So Isaac got this fuel line hooked up to this regulator that he mounted over here.
Got all the wires or the hoses for that hooked up too.
Yep, and then we got the radiator in. We got the radiator hoses, this charge pipe, the intake. Started to hook up all the lines, the overflows and stuff. Figure out where this gets mounted. Pretty much just kind of putting her together. Tomorrow it'll probably be fuel pump, battery, wiring.
We still gotta figure out what he wants us to do with the fuel or the injector wiring, because he gave us this whole harness here, but it's not a plug and play deal.
Yeah, these are all hooked all the way into the whole main harness.
There is another pigtail over there in the mess of wires or mess of parts that is just like plugs into this and then goes off for nothing, so you have to wire it yourself. But
yeah,
I don't really feel like
I don't know.
that.
We're gonna check the volts on all the wires to make sure each one's getting power or not before we do anything.
Yeah, I don't feel like doing any wiring if I don't really have to.
Yeah, so we're gonna go about it the smartest way we know how to, which is check all the power and stuff first, and then we'll go from there. All right, so Isaac did this while I wasn't here. Didn't film it. Pretty much just pulled this cover off, replaced the fuel pump, plug and play. He gave us a new Walbro 255 to put in, so now that's installed. We're getting pretty much done up front here. Got the boost controller mounted. Got a lot of stuff hooked up. We pretty much just need a battery. And then we're gonna check all the voltage on the injector plugs before we go wiring in the new harness, just to see if they're getting volts or if they're just dead wires or what's going on with it before we do all that wiring.
So, working on the Talon today. We're gonna be doing the coilovers. Swapping to these nice, fresh Megan, whatever we're calling them, coilovers. There's the rear two, front ones. Even comes with adjustment tools. I don't know where he wants to set the ride height, so I'm just gonna set it to pretty much match what it is at now. We can adjust it later if he wants us to do that. But just for now, I'm gonna set it to whatever it is at now, or pretty close to it. Alright, so for those of you who have never done coilovers before, it's pretty easy. There's just 3 bolts up here. And then down here we got these 2 holding it to the spindle. And then there's one back here holding the brake line on. I already took that one off. And then the whole knuckle here should drop down far enough to where you can just wiggle it out. With stock suspension, you might have to push down a little bit, get a buddy to push down on it and yank it out because it's a little bit longer. These are already aftermarket, so they should be a little easier to pop out because it's lower than stock. Got all the bolts off. Like I was saying, should just be able to wiggle it out of there. I got a little pry bar, but bam, it's out. Not the easiest thing to do with one hand, but she's out. I don't know if this is aftermarket or not. I'm pretty sure the rear ones are, but I don't know about this one. Looks pretty stockish to me. Okay, yet again, for those who don't know, on real true coilover setups, adjustable ones, to raise or lower or raise the car, you just loosen this bottom collar here. I don't know how well you can see it because it's all black, but yeah. Raise that guy up, and then you just spin this bottom piece to your desired height. You do not compress the spring to make it lower, because that just messes the spring up. If you have like eBay coilover sleeves like that go over the stock strut, like what's on the Civic, 40 bucks on eBay, super cheap. Yes, you would compress the springs to make it lower. That's how those work. This is a true coilover. It's adjustable. Okay, so I thought the stock ride height would be a little unsafe because there wasn't too many threads in the actual collar here. There was only going to about here. So, my personal opinion, I would have put more in there. I don't know what the owner of the car wants to do yet, so I'm going to set it just about an inch lower than stock for now. And then, when they're on the car, you can't really spin this, so you just have to spin the whole coilover. There's a bearing up here. So that's fine to spin the whole thing. And then you just measure from here to this bottom collar here just to get an even measurement on either side. And then set the other side to that. And then we'll figure out what the owner wants to do from there, if he wants to lower it or where he wants to go from here. Okay, so on these rear coilovers, it's even easier. You just take off these little covers here, just pop right off. 2 bolts in there. Already had that one off. And then there's 1 bolt holding the bottom in right there. Should just drop right out. Match the size, count the threads, measure it, throw the other ones in. Easy as that. So on these rear coilovers, they have these little holes, and when I get down to the end there, you'll see it's basically showing you as far down as you can go with the threads safely. So I'm gonna go until I see threads and then go back up or until I don't see threads, so I can see light through it. And go back up, that's what I did on the other side. And put it in, measure from there. That's that. And then you make sure to take your nuts off the top here. Go around the brake line. And a little nub there. This one stays there, you don't really have to like do the reach around like you do in the front. With that nub, it just kind of stays there. You kind of have to pull it up a little bit to pull the nut on. Oh, this side you don't. On the other side I had to pull it up a little bit with my other hand. But there's enough thread to just start it. Pretty simple. Smack this on with a rubber mallet. Tighten her up and then adjust height. Alright, so these rear coilovers didn't have this little tab here for mounting the brake line. I just put a zip tie on there for now. We're going to have to get some hose clamps or something. Figure something out for that. But I'm just going to throw the tires on. See how monster truck this thing looks. The front's pretty high up. I think he's going for more of a track build than a stance car, so we're going to keep it relatively high so it performs more than it looks good. Monster truck. So many shoes in there. But we might end up lowering it, I don't know yet. This side seems a tad higher. I'm gonna measure it and we'll see. Alright, so even though the threads are matched the same, there's different weights on the side of the car, right? So this side's about a 1/4 inch higher than the other side. I know they gotta settle in still and whatnot, but I'm gonna lower it a 1/4 inch or so, and then later on in the future we'll probably end up adjusting them. I'm pretty sure we're gonna end up lowering it because this is pretty friggin' high, but he hasn't seen the car yet. He said he didn't want it much lower than it already was, but to me it kind of seems higher than it was, even though I matched them up and they were shorter, so I don't know. Alright, so right now I'm just going to be flushing the fluids, and that's pretty much all this thing needs before a battery and the base map. Hopefully she should be hitting. We still got to adjust the fuel pressure. I don't know what we're going to set it at. Probably set it to stock for now, but I don't know what injectors these are. I don't know if I said that right or not, but whatever. I digress. They have top hats on them, adapters, so I don't think they're stock. So I don't know what we're going to run for fuel pressure. Figure that out. Get the base map. I'm just going to get to draining these fluids, yada yada. So we're going to be draining all the fluids on Carl's car, the Talon. So right now I got the transfer case draining. There's the fill plug, if you can see that. And then back here, there's the drain. Not a whole lot in it. And it's pretty black. Over here in the transmission, there's the drain plug. Now my light's dying. And right up there is the fill. Pretty simple. Got a Haynes man, that's how I found them. Just to make sure that that's what they were. We're also going to be draining the gas out of it. And there's a little drain plug right on the bottom of the gas tank there. We're going to be doing the rear differential too. Just make sure everything's good to go for them.
Alright, I just got back from Fleet Farm. All the fluids are drained. So we got engine oil, coolant, rear diff fluid, and then trans and transfer case fluid. So we're gonna get the car pretty much level right now because it's all up at an angle. So So we're gonna level out the jack stands, get it all level, and start to fill everything, because you just fill it up to the fill plug, so we want it to be level while we're filling it.
Alright, so we're gonna try to start Carl's car.
Alright. Sitting right at 45.
Don't talk about me when I'm gone. Oh, honey.